What's going on, everybody? It's Seth here once again. I kind of changed it up a little bit. I'm actually in my working office here in my room. Just thought I'd switch it up a little bit. But today I'm going to be talking about my final research paper. I'm going to be doing it on Washington, George Washington, and basically going to go over his leadership capabilities, his how he had to discipline the Continental Army, and how pretty much without his leadership, the revolution would have failed. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in my paper. Some of the main thesis, or not thesis, but books I'm going to be going over and talking about. Just 3 out of the 20 that we're supposed to use. I'm going to be doing His Excellency by Joseph J. Ellis. This is a fantastic book. Alright? It's only, what is it? Like almost 300 pages. It's kind of a short read, but it is really good. Ellis does an amazing job portraying Washington and seeing him in this different light that a whole lot of other historians don't really talk about. And he mainly goes over, he brushes over his character, but also why he was the man for the job. I mean, it talks a lot about his backstory during the French and Indian War, how he was rising up in the ranks and trying to become a leader, pretty much. And excuse me, but anywho, Ellis talks a little more about that and talks about how his main objective was the Continental Army. And without the Continental Army, if that would have got destroyed or cut in half in any shape or form, they would have lost the revolution. So that was Washington's main goal, to keep them intact. It doesn't matter how many British soldiers there were, doesn't matter how big their army was compared to the British Empires, as long Washington's main goal was to make sure that his army was still intact, and that was the key to winning the revolution. And that's what Ellis goes over. He also talks about how mainly goes over his humility and talks about how he was the right man for the job, pretty much. And highly recommend this book. And this is one of the main books I'm going to be using. The second book I'm going to be using is called 1776 by David McCullough. This is an excellent historical masterpiece in my opinion, but I think that a lot of people don't give this book enough credit. Yeah, he talks about some other people, King George a little bit, but in the Revolution, it's a great read. But if you, a lot of people don't realize is he has a lot of great insight on Washington, and I don't think enough historians give him enough credit. Obviously, it's a Pulitzer-winning prize book, but I don't think a lot of people know that he talks a lot about Washington, just a lot about his character, how he won these key battles. For instance, Battle of Trenton. If he didn't win that, they probably would have lost the revolution and had a hard time getting France to aid them in the end of the revolution. So this is fantastic read. McCullough does a great job on analyzing the leadership and the humility of Washington, and I can't recommend this book enough. Enough said. And then the last book I don't have on me currently, but it's an online resource. It's called Washington: A Life by Rod Chernow. That's another fantastic read. All right, the book is fantastic. It talks a lot about Washington in this different narrative. How he's a young boy who's horribly disciplined, and how he ends up becoming the first president of the United States and the first general of the Continental Army, and how Congress elected him, pretty much, and how he was the right man for the job, that sort of stuff. But I love Chernow's different take on Washington, because he gives a fantastic narrative, a fantastic analysis on him, but he also goes above and beyond, talking about his past. And I think it's fantastic that I can use this as a resource for the research paper. And a lot, it's a work in progress, but I got all the resources. But thank you guys for watching. For all those that are still in the class, I wish you all good luck, and thank you, Professor Seta, for being awesome, and thank you for working hard and giving us an awesome semester. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching.